This is the Negro Ninja, and this is going to be part 2 of You Don't Have to Care for Her Feelings. In other words, fuck her feelings. Because hoes don't give a fuck about their own feelings. Because if bitches give a fuck about their own feelings, then they'll pick better dudes to fuck. They'll pick better dudes to marry. Now, the first story that comes to my mind is there's a chick that's making videos about narcissists, and she's married to a narcissist. And I remember seeing a girl in the comments saying, girl, you need to save yourself. You're trying to save other people. You need to get away from that nigga. You know, then the chick responds, well, he's working on himself. He's been doing better. You know, just the same stuff that you always seeing, you know, that keeps these hoes entangled in nonsense. You know, because if she gave a fuck about her feelings, she would have left as soon as she was able to. You know, she's trapped, you know, with the kids and all this type of stuff. But to me, in my opinion, I still believe that's a cop-out. Because once again, every chick that I have fell out with because I said something real. Okay, not necessarily being an asshole or nothing like that. It just be like the truth. And it's just something that they don't like hearing. They'll get the fuck out of Dodge. It be bitches, okay, that, you know, have dealt with me for a long period of time. Okay, even women that I have dated, I never heard from again. All because I said something that they didn't like. It could just be one little thing. Okay, a hoe will end all interactions when it's just getting good if you say one wrong thing. And once again, it don't have to be nothing awkward. Because if you talking to a chick for that long, what can you be doing that's awkward? These hoes are just cowards, and they use bitchiness to mask it. They will get the fuck out of Dodge. Okay. Once again, if they really cared for their feelings, they would not allow themselves to be spiritually abused with all this negativity here. Okay. They would not allow that, you know, like a dude just sitting around, you ain't shit. You'll never, like, you'll be surprised at what women will listen to. Okay. What they will put up with. Okay. When it's bad, it's guaranteed to get through to them. But when it's good, I'm telling you, they may even lash out at you. That's how you know these hoes got demons anyway. Okay. And on top of this, you know, let me read this status I put up on my Instagram. Hold on. Okay, and another reason is it's just simply not easy to get through to these hoes because they have such easy lives that they are jaded. You know, when people just walking around calling you pretty all the time, telling you how great you are, you ain't even doing nothing. That jades you. That's not healthy. Okay. Once again, it's like fattening up a cattle for a sacrifice. And that's what hoes is, you know, really are. Okay, they're heifers. All right. You know the ones that this applies to, not real women, but you get it. Anyway, what was I about to say? It's another thing. Okay, so they're so jaded because they just have everything handed to them. They're just winning, so they just look for ways to lose. Okay, now there was an Instagram post that I was looking at earlier, and it really got on my nerve. Okay, and let me see. I made a comment, and I said the truth on it, you know. Let's see if I'm blocked. I don't seem to be blocked just yet because I seen it earlier on my draft. Okay, so she's still up here. And I'm finna show y'all how the chick look. Okay, you see how she look? Okay, and she's taking this picture with this look. Okay, and she's acting like there's nothing wrong, but look at the caption. Okay, and you can pause that for yourself. Her caption said that she is thinking about how she wants a boyfriend, but she said she need, you know, she put need in capital letters, a Rainbow Zombie best friend. Now, just stop and think about this. She can get a boyfriend at the drop of a dime. Look at how she look. There's no trouble. Even if she's an outright bitch, she's not going to have no trouble bagging no nigga. And that may be the issue right there. Because of how easy niggas will come to her. To the point where, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't no challenge. Fuck you niggas. She would rather have somebody gay. Okay. And it wasn't really too many people challenging this girl. It was just me and, what I say? I mean, it's taking forever to load, but I do remember saying, I said this, I think I said something along the lines of, it's crazy how you hoes are so used to winning that y'all look for ways to lose. Or something like that. And then there was somebody else commented saying, you just want a platonic boyfriend or something. Okay. And I've been saying this for a long time. Okay. You know, Rainbow Zombies and women, you know, they on the same wavelength. They both don't make sense. They both backwards. They both don't want to be in the places they supposed to be at, which is why they doing all this dumb shit. They are both walking Aleister Crowley quotes, but I think the woman is more of the Aleister Crowley quote, you know, in my opinion. You know, the Rainbow Zombie is, but like chicks, I don't like. It's hard to tell who's worse between the two sometimes. Well, how stupid they are, you know, and that's some crazy junk. How do you compete with a reprobate at being retarded? Okay. You would never hear no sane man sit around thinking about how I want a girlfriend, but I would rather be with a lesbian. The only time, no, you'll probably hear dudes say, well, I want a chick that's bi because I get to have threesomes. And they're just saying this out of naivety. You know, he's just saying it because he thinks he's going to get more pussy. Okay, and there's something wrong with his mind anyway, because you can have a threesome without a bitch being gay. Okay, they ain't got to touch each other. Okay, but, so, you know, just low-level thinking. But you're not going to really hear dudes say that. Dudes are going to be thinking about ways he can succeed. For the most part, he's going to be thinking, I really want a woman that is heterosexual, a woman that is mine, a woman with no body count. Usually just thinking about things that he think is what, things that he think will anchor the bitch. Okay. I remember one time, okay, and this what make this extra stupid with this chick right here. I was at a Whole Foods. I told this story a few times. And I was just minding my own Negro business on my lunch break. It was two white bitches sitting behind me. It was bad too. Using bad little young white hoes. Okay. Them bitches was at least an 8.5 or something. Either way it go, if you ended up with them, you'll be proud of it. You think you accomplished something. Okay. And they was just talking about the men they want like they could just have them. Like they were just literally reading through a catalog. And they was being extremely picky. Well, he has to play sports. What type of woman doesn't want a man that don't play sport? Like, you know, basically saying she wants somebody with a nice body and whatever. And they just basically saying they can get a dude anytime they want to without saying it. Yeah, I could, but... And they just holding out. Because they know whatever they ask for, they shall receive. Okay. And that's really because of how society caters to these hoes. Due to the fact that society has been using women the whole time, you know, to get away from God anyway, to get closer and closer to this apocalypse. I would even go as far as to say the fuck shit that women do, okay, alone is probably what's speeding up this whole, speeding up all these demons coming through the portals and all this type of stuff. Because they do a lot of fuck shit. Okay. Okay. So if hoes really gave a fuck about their own feelings, then they would not put negativity out as frequently as they do. Now, it's one thing to just have a bad day. It's one thing to be in a bad mood. Maybe it's something to be in a bad mood because you just got done with a dumb interaction and you just kind of were really thinking about it. And like, damn, I could have did better. But hoes just sit back and do bad on purpose, like for no reason. Okay. Because you want, like, the reason why you would be kind to somebody is because you would want that same type of energy back to you. You give people respect, you want respect back. So due to the fact that hoes have always been known to shit on a man that is coming at them in a kind way, that's illustrating that they don't give a fuck about their feelings, because as soon as you do something back, you get a response then. Okay. You get a response then. That's like touching a hole. Okay. And the way that you don't want to be touched, bitch, I touched you in this. Dang. Okay, if I'm touching this bitch like this and I rub her a certain type of way, that means that I want her to reciprocate. Okay. Bitch, I did this number here. I'm expecting you to do this number here. You don't just do like this and expect one of those right there. That don't make sense. If I wanted that to happen, I would hit her like that first. You know, when you fighting somebody, you expect that to happen because you hitting the shit out of them. You know, so that right there is just proving that these hoes don't give a damn about their own feelings. Why should you? Hoes communicate without talking more than anybody at anything. All right, here's another point about how hoes don't give a fuck about their own feelings. Okay. I remember talking about how they don't give you a resolution. You know, that's another reason why you really should not give a hoe a resolution. When they want to know why, it's best to just dodge them. You know, unless it's just absolutely necessary. But even still, you probably, if you can help it, it's just best not to do it. Because they don't tell you why they do the shit they do. Okay, like how hoes just disappear on you. You don't even, like, they so smooth with it that they'll just act like everything is cool and you just never see them again because they don't like that one little thing you said that was true. Okay, but they'll go to prison and get some closure on why the nigga raped her. I'm like, he don't have no reason. He just the devil. Okay, I remember this one chick. I remember she was a Facebook friend. And, you know, she was basically telling me about that scenario and how they was friends. I'm like, you know, somebody else told me a story like that recently. I was like, why are all rape stories the same? It's always somebody that was close they would have never expected. Which, in my opinion, I still don't really believe them when they saying that shit. I think they be lying still. Like I said, y'all already know I made videos talking shit a long time ago in detail. But I can't get into that now. So all the rape stories sound the same. It's always somebody they knew and this, that, and this. But they would go to prison just to hear him apologize. And the dude was like, fuck that. He didn't feel no type of remorse for it. I'm like, bitch, what you expect? He's a rapist. Okay. Yeah, I'm sounding like I'm dead serious. Like, that's what I'm dead serious, bro. This woman about 40-some years old act like she just born yesterday. Okay, sometimes I want to believe that hoes is playing dumb as... These are some stupid chicks. Okay, I always want a resolution to something that just don't have one. There is no end to rapists unless you kill them. You know, they're just a done deal, you know, but they're crazy. Got all types of niggas in the friend zone. But she won't tell them why. Okay, so once again, that's the type of energy she's putting out there. It must mean that's the type of energy she want, right? Like I'm saying, like if somebody walk up to you and slap you in the face, that means they want their ass beat. So that's essentially what's going on with that, you know. And hoes ain't no different than niggas. Except the only difference is, it's just an asshole with a vagina. That's all the difference. It's the vagina that's protecting these hoes from half the verbal assaults necessary and the physical assaults necessary with half the stuff they be doing. Okay, now I have always said that bitches are like arcade machines. You look at an arcade machine, okay, and you're like, this is very appealing. And you just seeing the demo playing. Okay, and half the time there is no sound in the demo, or maybe it's just half the sound effects with no music. As soon as you put a quarter in there, bring, Metal Slug. And then you hear the music, you know, bring, Metal Slug. Then you press play, the music plays. But you know, these days, arcades are more expensive. So it's no longer a quarter. Sometimes it's $1 or $5. Just like a whole hoes are more expensive than they used to be, ain't it? Okay. It takes more to please a hoe. Well, you know, technically they can't be pleased, but they require more out of you to play. Okay, but in this sense, these hoes are like one of those arcade machines that just been used incorrectly. Okay. It's not as responsive as it should be. You're supposed to just touch your arcade like you're touching this keyboard right here. You shouldn't have to... You know, they like them type of arcade machines. You know, they just like the Street Fighter 1 arcade machine. Okay. Let me look at somebody play the Street Fighter 1 arcade machine real quick. Hold up. All right, this is the Street Fighter 1 arcade machine. Hopefully they show somebody trying to play it. But you see how simplistic it is. And that's all he's doing is beating up on the arcade machine. Now, the stupid thing about this is, to be honest with you, a lot of chicks are actually not the arcade machine that has been worn down and becoming unresponsive a lot of times. Some chicks are flat out just like this out the gate. This is how the Street Fighter 1 arcade machine is out the gate. It requires you to pound on it for it to do what you ask it to do. So that make it even worse, in my opinion. If hoes gave a fuck about their own feelings, okay, they will not put themselves in stupid situations to begin with, such as partying and being around a lot of retarded people that they don't particularly care about. Why they got to be people person to the degree that they are if they gave a fuck about anything? Half the times when you're hearing people talk about who they let in their circle, they'll say, hey, I keep it tight. I'm very careful of who I allow in because they give a fuck about their feelings. They sick of the narcissists. They sick of everybody just doing dumb shit and trying to be agents. All right. And once again, if hoes really gave a fuck about their own feelings, then you would never hear nobody say, nice guys finish last, because they'll be finishing first. And that's all I got to say for this rant. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.